So you got a flag down.
Oofside.
Everyone but the center. Offense.
You're listening to Oofsides on Track and Turf Media.
Talk about playoffs?
But they are who we thought they were.
Who's gonna win it all?
Football.
And who is Dunyan Rings?
You play to win the game.
Live from the Dieter Brock studio.
Don't let these tears fool you. There's all dog around this mug.
Here's the crew that's bringing it all to you.
Welcome to Oofsides. We're back. It's conference title game time. Yeah, that's right. We're deep into
Playoffs? We'll talk about
stop talking, Jim Mora. Sorry. How you guys doing today?
Football.
Yeah, football.
I'm
Echoing
worried if
that
I say
sentiment.
something, I'll get penalized for roughing passer.
Heyo. Surely that isn't some potent commentary on what happened this week.
No, not at all. No, I have a referee standing next to me in case I say anything out of pocket.
Just
It's like
imagining
instead of your local FBI agent, it's your local NFL ref.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that South Park episode where they have TSA agents in all the bathrooms.
You just go to take a piss and like Cleet Blakeman is in the fucking urinal next to you.
I imagine too,
Personal
he's
foul, peeing onto the floor, 15-yard penalty.
He's doing the like wide-legged, like crouched stance, like watching like the line judge does, like before the snap, like just making sure.
Splash zone infraction. Offense. Number 1.
You piss your pants and they flag you for a false start. This is an interesting way to start this episode.
That was piss side.
Hello to monetization. How are you doing today? Sorry, Joe. That's staying in the show. Well, I guess we'll just get right into it then. As my cat is attacking the shower curtain. Why are you being a fucking gremlin now? The show is already falling apart about a minute in. But divisional round was this weekend, and it started in Kansas City.
Saturday saw the beginning of the divisional round of the playoffs. Our opening act consisted of the Texans, an upstart bunch who are contractually obligated to kick off at 4:30 on Saturday for playoff games, and the Chiefs, the two-time defending champions on a quest for the league's first ever three-peat. Houston, who entered the game 0-5 in divisional round matchups, kept it close and had their chances, but some self-inflicted mistakes ended any hope they had. Surely nothing else happened in this game that could have possibly gone against them. Nothing at all. No striped, four-legged animals had any impact on the matchup whatsoever. Totally. Chiefs bullshit will continue until morale improves. Chiefs 23, Texans 14, America 0.
You can't keep getting away with it!
There's something infuriating, but also perfectly Chiefs to look at the drive summary, and their first drive is 5 plays, -1 yard, field goal.
Yeah.
Like, come the fuck on. I hate to start off a game's discussion about this, but this was some bullshit. Oh my god.
Yep.
I mean, yes, there were the mistakes the Texans made, though, in this game. Like, that drive you were just talking about, giving up a 63-yard return to open up on the road is not conducive to winning either.
Yeah.
And there were plenty of other mistakes that the Texans made in this game, but obviously that is not what this one will ever be remembered for.
Yeah, the one that immediately jumped out to me was on the Chiefs' second drive when they got a stop on 3rd and 8, and then they called Will Anderson for roughing the passer, and there was just literally nothing there. And we have this system in place to like pick up these flags, and they just didn't do that because, like, I'm not gonna. I don't like alleging like conspiracy theories, but like if you're watching this and you don't think Patrick Mahomes is getting favorable calls, I don't know what to tell you because that's 100% what it was.
That wasn't even the worst call of the game, though.
Yeah, that just set the tone.
Like in the third quarter, It is 13-12 Chiefs. And that fucking awful unnecessary roughness call on Henry To'o that gave them like 15 extra yards, and they ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive. That one was bad enough where like Troy Aikman was groaning in the booth when they announced the penalty.
Oh, dude, if I would have remembered, I would have clipped that and put it on my soundboard. Because like they usually stay pretty non-biased. If there's a bad call, they'll be like, I disagree with that. They're literally mid-penalty call, and you hear Troy Aikman go, "Oh, come on!"
Yeah, and Troy Aikman is obviously he was a Cowboys for like lifer. He's a totally unbiased commentator in this situation. It's one thing if you're watching like a local baseball game or a local hockey game and your local homer announcer is all up in the air about a bad call. That's one thing, but for a national broadcaster on a national broadcast to react that way should tell you how terrible of a call it was.
Yeah. It's just, it's absurd, especially because there was a Jared Goff play that we'll talk about later where he got fucking obliterated and no flag because Jared Goff isn't a superstar.
I just want to know how bad it has to get for them to actually do something about it, because it seems like it gets worse every.
Well, I also want to bring up, I think it might have been that same drive when Mahomes scrambled to the left, and right before he was going to run out of bounds, he slowed down to let the Texans player hit him, and he flopped down to the ground to try to draw another flag.
Oh, yeah, no, there was one, too, where that and the two Texans players ran into each other and barely even touched Mahomes, and they got another fucking penalty for it.
That was the To'o one. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. But it's like, he's literally an open field runner. Like, what the fuck? What are they supposed to do? If you're gonna fucking scramble, or like, Connor Orr was talking about this on Heed the Call this week, and he pointed out, he's like, we wrote these rules when every quarterback was like Joe Montana and Dan Marino, where they stood in the pocket all day. There wasn't 28 Fran Tarkentons running around the league when we came up with the roughing the passer rules. Now every single quarterback that isn't named Kirk Cousins is Fran Tarkenton and is running around constantly. And if you're going to run out into the open field, you need to treat them like open field players, you know?
They should be treated the same way a wide receiver or running back is.
At some point, somebody's just going to lay the hit regardless, and somebody's leg's going to get broken or worse, and it's going to be 15 yards, but it doesn't matter. Because
they're going to get the flag anyway, just lay him out.
Yeah, just go for it.
The Bills might as well sign Vontaze Burfict for this week, because if he's just going to get the 15 anyway, lay him out, get him ejected, but then the Chiefs are without their best player for the rest of the game, and you can just cruise.
Yeah, it's like
what's stopping them from doing that?
It's like trading a piece in chess, where you're like, I'll sacrifice my pawn, but I'm going to take out your knight in the process of it. Like, we're going to give up 15 yards, but we're going to kill Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. And, like, I'm not advocating for Patrick Mahomes to get, flattened like that, but I'm also saying is, like, at some point, somebody's going to fucking do it. And if he gets seriously injured and misses a lot of games, the NFL is going to have nobody to blame for that but themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I should point out, like, Mahomes is not the only person who gets these calls. It's just, it's the Chiefs. Every game they play is tight. This shit's going to be scrutinized more than anybody else.
Because they have going to be under a microscope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And both of those plays led to extending Chiefs drives that gave them 10 points, and they won by 9. So it's really hard to separate the way this game went from, those specific instances.
Though, I will say, in terms of what actually happened on the field, the touchdown pass at the end of that drive when he threw it into the end zone while falling down was fucking absurd.
Oh, yeah.
It's a shame that he needs to be bailed out by rule calls like this, because he is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league, and he can keep doing that. And then it's just anytime something doesn't go his way, it turns into ref ball like it did this past weekend.
It reminds me of, I think it was last season when the Bills beat them in the regular season, and when him and Josh Allen went to do the greeting in midfield at the end of the game, he was like, "Oh yeah, that call was real bullshit, huh?" It was just, what?
That is still one of my, again, the look Josh Allen just gave him of like, whatever, dude. Like, That still pisses me off to think about, where they got called for being offsides, and then Mahomes.
It was the right call.
Yeah, they weren't saying it was a bad call. They were literally saying they never call those on us. Like, literally saying, we always get a pass for that. Why are we not getting one now? And it's like, well, you broke the fucking rule. Like, it's not hard to understand.
But that's, again, on the refs for being too lax about that rule.
Yeah.
It's not the Chiefs or the Bills' fault. That's the refs' fault for not calling that consistently.
Yeah, and there was a great stat from this game as well, which is that the Texans are the first team in playoff history to outgain their opponent by 100 yards, not turn the ball over, and lose. So
yeah,
it sounds like a Jet stat.
that really does.
So,
and
if you said that was the second time that ever happened, the first being Mark Sanchez in 2009, I would have believed.
Well, the best part, though, is the Jets don't need the refs for that to happen to them. They just do it to themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's also really funny that you said that, because on Heed the Call this week, Dan Hansis, when they read that out, he was like, that's a Jet stat. He's like, it feels like every week there's a stat like that about the Jets.
Not this week. They're, well, more on them later.
Missing the playoffs and still catching strays.
I'm telling you, there's something fascinating about the Jets. Can't help it. So the Chiefs are headed to their, I believe, 7th consecutive AFC title game.
Yes. The last 14 AFC championship games have had either the Patriots or the Chiefs.
Haven't they hosted every single one, too?
I believe so. I think the Pats went to Denver a couple times, but I think the Chiefs have hosted every one of theirs.
I'm gonna look this up real quick.
It was like Brady passing the torch to Mahomes because they played each other in 2018, and so the Pats streak ended and the Chiefs one started in the same game, like some Jeff Gordon shit. Yeah, I think they've hosted
that was
every
their
single
fifth
one of them.
Wait a second. 2018 was the first time Kansas City ever hosted the AFC title game.
Yeah.
That is crazy to think about.
I mean, when was the last time they made it before 2018?
That is true. 70, I think? Or 69? Yeah.
That'll do it.
And their stadium wasn't built yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and they didn't win a playoff game. Or they won, I think, a playoff game throughout the 90s. So, yeah, it makes sense. So, anyway. Any other thoughts on this game?
I mean, the refs didn't help, but the Texans did blow this game for themselves.
They did.
Yeah. I think that's the common story. Is like I've said it all throughout the year, where like the Chiefs team is beatable if you can put up 60 consecutive good minutes of football against them. The Texans just didn't do that. Yeah. However, there are still very obvious plays in this game where if they go differently, they either would have stayed in it longer or maybe even won. Both can be true.
Nobody expected them to win this game. Honestly, it's a miracle it was this close.
Yeah.
Good thing nobody on this show picked them last week. And I think nobody switched off their Chiefs pick late to pick them. That would have been really embarrassing.
Yeah.
I wonder who that was.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should move on to the only game that I predicted right last week. And that was the matchup that would determine who would face off against the Chiefs next week. Ravens, Bills, Jackson, Allen, Harbaugh, McDermott. Two of the winningest teams in the AFC over the last 7 years, both with dynamic quarterbacks dueling it out for MVP honors, both salivating at the idea of upsetting the Chiefs next week. Two franchises with immense pressure to get over the hump and huge expectations. A true clash of titanic forces to decide who will move on to KC. Baltimore struck first, but two costly turnovers on back-to-back drives handed Buffalo the lead and control over their own destiny. With snow falling and the people of Orchard Park as intense as ever, the Bills built a 21-10 lead into half. The Ravens steeled their nerves and struck back coming out of the locker room, drawing within one score late. However, it was more mistakes that killed the Ravens. Mark Andrews, the future Hall of Fame tight end, had not one but two costly drops that killed the Ravens' final two drives and ended Baltimore's quest for glory. More playoff frustration for Lamar Jackson as he now has to watch as Josh Allen tries to slay the dragon.
Fun fact.
Oh boy.
The fumble that he had in the fourth quarter was only his second fumble of his entire career.
And that will not be the only stat that's like that, because he then dropped a wide open 2-point conversion that would have tied the game. He only had 4 drops on the entire season. So
that was rough.
Really bad quarter for Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
So, but before we get more into this, I do want to talk about how much I fucking hate social media real quick, because I've seen multiple people sharing the headline around of Lamar Jackson saying, like, this bullshit's got to stop about dropping the ball. I've listened to the full quote. He's literally talking about himself fumbling it in the first quarter, and then everybody has cropped it to make it sound like he's shitting on Mark Andrews, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, Lamar was like almost crying when he was talking about him the other day because he felt so bad for him. Like, Lamar is one of the most genuinely good people and good teammates in the league, and it's pretty fucking shitty that they're, twisting his words around like that and making it seem like it's something that it's not, totally not a common trend for anybody now, but...
Yeah. Yeah, like the said quote, he literally doesn't even mention anybody else. He's talking about himself the whole time, and it makes my fucking blood boil. Yeah, man. I mean, this is such a disappointing way to end your season. I thought the Bills were the better team coming into this game, but like, that is such a brutal way to lose.
Yep.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, playoff Lamar strikes again, I guess.
Yeah, you could definitely say that in the first half. Like we mentioned, they score on the first drive, and then an interception, a fumble the next 2 drives, and that really gets the game out of hand. And they did not look like the normal Ravens in the first half, but coming out of half, they completely shut down the Bills' offense after that, held them to just 2 field goals. But then, like what we talked about, the Mark Andrews fumble leads to Tyler Bass, who has been... right before that, Tyler Bass has the 51-yard field goal in the snow, which you think about last year, the Bills season ended on a Tyler Bass miss. So that was pretty big. And then they capitalized on that fumble to make it an 8-point game after that. So it's... I don't know. Like, I don't know if this shakes my confidence in the Bills for next week because of how flat they looked in the second half, but I'm just not even concerned about them at this point.
Nah. I think they're the most complete team in the league at this point, and I don't think a second half being flat like that is really an indictment on them, because they've played a lot of ball this year where they can just fuck around. I shouldn't say fuck around a little bit, but they can almost let them go down and score because they know they can get the ball back and turn around and go down and score again.
Yeah.
So it's almost inconsequential to what they do on defense if they let the other team make the mistakes for them.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's just going to be the main takeaway from this, though, is it's another season that ends with just an inexplicable ending for the Ravens. Yeah, it stinks. That is absolutely the worst way you want to go out, and especially because somebody like Mark Andrews, who's been so productive and so good for the Ravens for, God, what, a decade now? It must be.
Coming up on it. I think he was drafted in 18 or 19? I think him and Lamar were like a year apart.
Yep, 2018. So close to a decade. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm trying to think of more things to say about it.
Yeah. The only other thing I can think of is something I've talked about all year is with the addition of Derrick Henry, Lamar didn't have to do many runs for himself. But once they start stuffing Henry, you got to take the ball sometimes.
Yeah,
I think having that dual threat is what made that team so good. And they started deviating that going into the playoffs. It seems like they do this every year, that they change something in the playoffs and it doesn't make the team what it was.
Yeah, it very much seemed like the Bills came in with their defensive philosophy of we're not gonna let Derrick Henry beat us. We're gonna dare Lamar Jackson to do it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it comes up short. We're talking about this 2-point drop, there's no guarantee that the Bills don't get the ball back and drive down and kick a game-winning field goal. There's still a minute and a half left.
Plenty of time for Josh Allen too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just frustrating because like there's obviously this narrative around Lamar Jackson, and people have been pretty quick to point out that he's won more games through his first 7 years than Peyton Manning had in the playoffs. So, like, I'm not concerned about Lamar. There's so many quarterbacks that have struggled in the playoffs earlier in their career. You know, obviously Peyton Manning. You think about John Elway. You think about
Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers, great example. Yeah. So,
Everybody struggles in the playoffs. That's the point of the playoffs is one team gets out of it.
Yeah,
I mean, Phillip Rivers got fucking Marty Schottenheimer fired, so
the Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes have broken everybody's brains in that the expectation, the bare minimum, is that you have to make it to the championship game to do anything with your season.
Oh yeah,
and
which it shouldn't be.
That's not how football works. Making the playoffs is the goal, and then anything can happen from there. It shouldn't be a personal failing that he gets to the playoffs and he loses, because that's what teams do in the playoffs.
Yeah, like CJ Stroud making the divisional round in his first 2 years as a starter is remarkable. And like Jaden Daniels making the NFC Championship game in his rookie year, as we'll talk about later, is remarkable. But that shouldn't be the gold standard that every team has for its starting quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, the best way to look at it, like, who's been to more AFC title games, Lamar Jackson or Mark Sanchez? Who would you rather have on your team?
Lamar Jackson. Like, it's very, yeah.
You know, Blake Bortles went to more conference title games than Tom Brady. Or not Tom Brady, sorry, fucking Tony Romo. Why did I say Tom Brady? What the fuck am I talking about? He almost beat Tom Brady in an AFC title game. I think that's what I was saying.
But he did.
Yeah.
Smile.
Pain.
Now what happened?
Fuck.
But yeah,
more on that coaching staff later.
Yeah, it's a disappointing end for the Ravens, but I don't know. I think they'll be back. It was just one of those things where like it feels like this should have been the AFC title game. Yeah, because this does feel like the two strongest teams left alive.
It's a shame one of these teams has to be in the Chiefs Invitational.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said it before I was going to.
So Buffalo moves on. They're fourth, I think, matchup against the Chiefs in the playoffs over the last half decade. So it'll be.
And they're 0-3.
Yeah.
Maybe this will finally be the one.
That is one of the craziest stats. They're like 5-0, or Josh Allen's like 5-0 against Mahomes in the regular season and like 0-3 in the playoffs. So
they know when to win when it counts.
Yeah. Well, speaking of winning when it counts, Detroit was the site of a historic upset. So let's head there.
Want to see me throw a billion interception and still win the game? Want to see me do it again? Well, tough shit, Jared Goff. The Commanders are on a run of destiny. Our team snags 4 passes from the Lions, including one from Jameson Williams for some reason, as Detroit's injuries catch up to them and they crumble once again in the playoffs. Jaden Daniels, cool as a cucumber, puts together another gem of a game, while a combination of Robinson, McClure, and Ertz and McNichols all find their way into the end zone to shut out those damn Cats for good. This is a Cinderella run like we've never seen before, and I believe Washington is going to seize the means of offensive production en route to their first Lombardi in 30 years. Commanders 45, Lions 31.
What a fucking game.
Dude.
Who the fuck saw this coming? Like,
not me, but I'm not upset about it.
We've all been on the commies bandwagon this year, but I don't think there was a single person that we know that was like, yeah, they're gonna beat the Lions, because their performance in Week 18 made everybody go, okay, they've got the defense figured out, right? They shut down a Vikings team that was rolling, and then last week probably should have put more scare into us than it did, because it was like, oh, maybe the Vikings are just bad. Because, like you mentioned, you know, there was the game against the Texans earlier this year where Goff threw like 4 picks and they still won. it's really felt like over this last third of the season that the Lions' strategy or their way to win is just score every fucking time you get the ball, and an opportunistic defense will get a turnover, and that'll get you a gap, and then you can just maintain it from there. And that didn't happen. In fact, that's what the commies did to them.
Mm-hmm.
I think the funniest part about this whole thing, though, is after the Week 18 game at midfield, Dan Campbell said to Kevin O'Connell, "We're going to see you guys in 2 weeks." I think you should have specified they were going to see him in Cancun, man.
Oh, no.
Because now they're all couch surfing for this game up this week.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, yeah, this game started out like crazy as hell, and then it truly got out of hand in the second quarter, where you have, a pick six by Jared Goff. He throws another interception before half, and then that's just when it just all fucking unravels from there. 2 more picks throughout the end of the game. One like you mentioned by Jameson Williams, which it's one of those things where, those cutesy trick plays where like, oh, we're gonna have the receiver throw it. That's all good when you're winning, but when you're down multiple scores and then your wide receiver, instead of just throwing the ball away, fucking throws a back-breaking interception that literally seals the game.
Why is that the play you go to when your season is on the line? Why are you putting it in the hands of somebody that literally does not throw the ball?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's one of those things where this is 2 years in a row where the Lions have this identity, and that identity is what ends their season.
Yeah.
Because I was on record last year saying I have absolutely no problem with Dan Campbell going for it on 4th down as many times as he did in the NFC title game. This one I have a little bit of a problem with, but at the same time, like, Jared Goff had already thrown 2 picks, so it was like, I don't know, maybe this guy will figure it out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a mess.
It's like the best comparison I can think for this are like the NBA teams that shoot majority of their shots as 3-pointers. Like, if you make a majority of them, you're going to be one of the best teams in the league, but if you have a cold night, you're fucked. And there's nothing you can do to save yourself.
2017 Rockets, who missed,
yes,
I think, 27 straight threes in a Game 7.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Good identity to have if you can do it when it matters most, and the Lions have not quite been able to do that yet.
Yeah.
It really makes me wonder what the future of this team's going to be, because, as we'll talk about, one of their coordinators has already been hired. The other one looks like he's going to be hired.
Well, I was going to mention that. Do you think the defensive performance of the Lions in this game is going to affect whether he gets hired or not now?
No.
Because he just gave up 45 points to a rookie quarterback at home in the divisional round.
Because you got to think they're pretty much missing all of their starters, and they still made it this far.
Yeah. That is true, but the optics of that at face value are still not great.
It should almost be accepted that you're going to get your ass kicked at some point.
I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they made it this far.
Yeah, and I think Aaron Glenn's put a lot of good football on tape this season. Sure. I think it definitely hurts his stock a little bit, but yeah, definitely worth considering. God, I forgot Goff had a fumble as well in this game.
I'd like to read off the Lions drive summary for this game.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Started out with the ball, punt, touchdown, fumble, touchdown, interception, touchdown, interception, touchdown, interception, field goal, interception.
Yeah, committing 5 turnovers in a playoff game is not conducive to winning.
Yeah,
at his core, Jared Goff is still Jared Goff.
It's fun to watch, but there are still those moments where you scratch your head and wonder why.
Yep, that's a gunslinger for.
But I think my favorite part, though, about all of this is that we gassed up the NFC North so much this whole season, and how they sent 3 teams to the playoffs, and how they're only really lost to each other within the division, and yada yada yada. And all 3 of them combined to win as many playoff games this year as the Patriots did.
And the Bears.
The Bears are the only one that are on a winning streak right now.
By beating one of them.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, yeah.
Yeah, the Bears are the most recent NFC North team to... Well, no, that game... Whatever, still. Just funny how that shit works.
Yeah. So I can't help but wonder what the future looks like for the Lions now that, you know, Glenn is probably going to be gone. Ben Johnson's already gone now.
They'll be good again, but this might have been their peak.
Yeah. Is Jared Goff still going to be the guy next year? So who knows? Yeah, just a shocking way to end the season. I think that's the best way to describe it. This was shocking to watch. And yeah, I don't know if we have much else to say about that, other than the fucking commies are going to the end. Actually, we should probably talk about the commies a little bit.
Yeah, how about them commies?
Yeah. Jaden Daniels has fucking ice in his veins. It's unreal.
Yeah, I'm on board at this point.
Yeah.
Give him, it's our team, babe.
Yeah, the last time they made the NFC Championship game was the George H.W. Bush administration.
Didn't they beat the Lions in that game, too?
Yes, they beat the shit out of the Lions in that game.
This seems to be a common trend. Oh, God, they beat the shit out of the Bills in the Super Bowl that year. Oh, it's going to happen again.
Well, okay, but think about it this way. If that happens, then that means the Chiefs don't make the Super Bowl.
That is true.
This now means, since 1996... every NFC team but one has made the championship game.
Oh, I wonder which one it is.
The Dallas Cowboys.
No!
They're also the only ones to not make it since 2010. Like,
yeah,
I think it should be noted how much parity that the NFC has. That 15 of its 16 teams have made the NFC Championship game in a 15-year period. That's remarkable as hell.
The Jacksonville Jaguars have been there more recently than the Cowboys.
So have the Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The Raiders have been to the Super Bowl more recently than they've been to the NFC Championship.
Ironically, the only other team that did not get there, or one of the only other teams, is the Texans. So Texas football can just get fucked, I guess.
They didn't even exist for a portion of that time.
Yeah.
The Texans have more playoff wins than the Cowboys in that time frame.
Just like how the Longhorns have lost in the semifinals the last 2 years, too. There's just something about them not being able to send anybody to a championship game right now.
Wait, how have the Dallas Stars done recently?
Well, they made the Stanley Cup final a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But
that's right.
It was the bubble year, so it doesn't count.
Oh, that's true. Last year they lost in the conference finals. Oh, God, they've lost in the conference finals the last 2 years. That's brutal.
Yeah, that's Peter DeBoer hockey for you.
Hell yeah. Anyway, yeah, the commies are going to the fucking NFC title game.
Hell yeah.
Good.
I can't believe, like, I don't think anybody predicted, even when they were on their hot streak to start the year, we all were like, oh yeah, they'll make the playoffs and probably lose to a real contender. Nah, they just beat the fucking Rams. Beat the Lions.
Imagine going back to the Hail Mary against the Bears and telling somebody that one of those teams would be in a conference championship game.
Well, not just that, too, but the team that they're going to play, that we're about to talk about, they've already beaten once this year.
Uh-huh.
It's not impossible for this team to be in the Super Bowl in a couple weeks.
Anything can happen at this point, man.
Dan Quinn needs his revenge from 28-3. He's going to fucking do it.
Oh, God. Well, let's talk about the team that will be hosting them this weekend. I hate Eagles fans. They're so annoying, said Jared Verse in anticipation with the Birds from Eastern PA this weekend. As John Facenda once said, a true Philadelphia fan learns to boo before he learns to speak. Verse's comments hit the ears of Philly's faithful, and that was parlayed into his ears, but it didn't affect the rookie pass rusher as he and the Rams defense racked up 7 sacks on a clearly hobbled Jalen Hurts. The SoCal team looked wholly unaffected by the cold weather, with Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua connecting on multiple huge plays late in the game. There was just one factor they didn't account for, a running back from the Bronx named Saquon Barkley. With just 4:47 remaining, Saquon lined up in the wrong spot in the backfield. 78 yards and a cloud of snow later, he was in the end zone. Sorry, Rams, the road stops here. Eagles 28, Rams 22.
The Eagles and Rams played each other twice this year. In those 2 games, Saquon Barkley had 460 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. And all 4 of those touchdowns were 50 yards or more.
That is absurd.
It's like
Unstoppable.
Between, let's see, he had 2,005 yards in the regular season and 320. Okay, so he has 2,329 yards in the between the regular season and the playoffs. 460 of those are against the Rams. So 1/5 of his total rushing yards on the entire year were against the Rams alone.
That is absurd.
Genuinely unbelievable.
Yeah.
Rams
I
besides that though.
well, it's so funny to compare that or to contrast that to the Eagles' offense, because Jalen Hurts had just 128 yards passing and 63 yards of sacks. So they had a net 65 passing yards on this game. Jalen Hurts is still yet to throw for 200 yards in the playoffs. Total across 2 games.
Saquon Barkley also had more rushing or receiving yards than both Devonta Smith and AJ Brown in this game. AJ Brown and Devonta Smith combined for 35 receiving yards, and they still won because, yeah.
Well, a big part of it was in the snow. The Rams had 2 lost fumbles.
But they lost 3.
They fumbled 3 times. They recovered 1 of them.
Or no, there were 4 fumbles. I think Stafford and Kyron both fumbled twice, but Kyron recovered 1 of them.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah.
There was. Yeah.
But either way, Stafford, had a big game, looked unaffected by the snow, but it was those turnovers were so costly, and they had so many drives that just stalled out, just shy of field goal range. Oh, good.
I was gonna say the drive at the very end hurt me to watch.
Oh yeah.
I thought when Saquon got the touchdown and they went up by 13 that was it, but they went right down the field in basically a 2-minute drill with 4 minutes left to get it to within 6. And it was and then they got the 3 and out, and it was oh fuck, there's a chance here, and they went right down the field again. And then man, that sack on 3rd down by Jalen Carter was a fucking killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you had 2 plays before that. You had a false start that pushed it from a 2nd and 7 to a 2nd and 12, and then. They were playing behind from that point. The biggest part, too, is the Rams' defense came to play. Because not only was there 7 sacks, they, and all the yardage that they pushed them back with, they had not once, but twice in the second half where the Eagles got into field goal range and they sacked Jalen Hurts out of field goal range. Not to mention the safety as well, which... fucking bizarre play call as well, which we'll get into Jalen Hurts in a little bit. But yeah, the Rams did not look like they were out of their element or anything. They came ready to play, but they just could not close it out when it mattered.
Yeah, I honestly thought they were going to win this game, and they damn near pulled it off. But overall, for a team that started this season 1-4, with one of those losses being to the Bears and another one being a 31-point loss to the Cardinals, I think this is way better than a lot of people thought that it would end up going for them.
Oh yeah. Now I want to talk about the Eagles' passing game and their play calling, because fucking Nick Sirianni, dude. So it was very clear last week. Jalen Hurts just missed 2 weeks with concussion, and then he hurt his knee last week. Or I think it was his knee, I can't remember. And he is just wholly ineffective 2 weeks in a row. And they have him late in the game, dropping back 8 yards into his own fucking end zone, which leads to a safety when he can't move, because he barely ran at all in this game, because he's hobbled right now.
He had that wrist injury at one point.
Yeah, dude is beat to shit and is kind of, he's kind of really only doing stuff on the ground. Complete liability throwing the ball. I don't know. And it seemed like they still tried to build this offensive game plan around him throwing at points. Like, it wasn't until the second half where they were like, okay, maybe we should start giving the ball to Saquon. It was like, yeah, you should have been doing that to start. So I think this team has a very flimsy foundation going into next week.
That's what the Eagles have operated on, is they are a strong team, but it feels like they're going to collapse at any moment.
They are the NFC Chiefs.
So naturally, it makes sense that they're going to end up playing each other because fuck everybody else.
Yep. Nothing ever happens.
But it should be noted, though, that like Jalen Hurts, despite the struggles throwing, was also very effective running the ball in this game, like Saquon was.
Yeah.
Like, he broke off a 44-yard run in this game and also had a touchdown on the ground. Like, he's still an effective player. It's just, it's been more of the dimension of his game that isn't utilized as much.
It looks more like his rookie or his second season, where he wasn't a very effective passer, but he's kind of like the budget Josh Allen, where his legs are so good that it kind of makes up for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's just a weird team.
Yeah,
they're good.
And also with this end result, all 4 teams that had more yards in their respective games lost.
What the fuck?
The Rams outgained the Eagles, the Lions outgained the Commies, the Texans outgained the Chiefs, and the Ravens outgained the Bills, and all 4 of them lost.
That is truly stupid.
Weird.
It's a weird year, so it checks out.
Bizarro season.
Yeah.
One last thing to keep an eye on. Jake Elliott missed 2 kicks in this game.
Yeah, I did notice that.
And I mean, it's snowing, but still. It's just...
Adam Vinatieri made clutch kicks in the snow. That's no excuse.
I mean, if you're going to be playing in either Buffalo or Kansas City, you're going to have to be thinking about that. Well,
gotta make
actually,
them.
no. They wouldn't. Never mind.
Okay, no, but I mean, yeah, funny, but you have a good point though. Like, when it matters most, you still need to fucking make them, whether it's like 80 and sunny or 20 and snowing.
Yeah.
When the lights are brightest, you gotta fucking make them.
Yep.
And he's not gonna get away with it and be covered by Saquon every game.
Yeah, you can't be making those mistakes, and at this point,
you're playing with fire.
Yep.
And I believe that was the divisional round.
Yeah.
Football. Well, let's kick it over to the dues.
Only a couple injuries for this one, though 2 of them are pretty substantial. Sam Cosmi, one of the starting guards for the Commanders, tore his ACL against the Lions, so he is done for the Yoffs. So a big loss for them on the line. And Amik Robertson broke his arm in the loss, so one more Lions defensive injury for the road into the offseason, because why not? Late last week, the Ravens claimed Deontay Johnson back off waivers from the Texans. So in the span of a calendar year, he's gone from the Steelers to the Panthers to the Ravens to the Texans, and now back to the Ravens.
Do they know they're not playing next week?
Well, they claimed him before the game.
Oh.
It's just we didn't do the podcast again before, But I don't know why, but sure, like
he didn't even suit up. He wasn't even in the game.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And then another head coaching vacancy has been filled, as the aforementioned Ben Johnson is off to Chi-Town. He is the new head coach of the Chicago Bears. I like this move.
Yeah, I dig it.
Oh, yeah.
Considering what he's gotten out of Jared Goff, I think he's going to do wonders for Caleb Williams.
I am curious to see how the defense looks under him. I think they need like a really established defensive guy for like that coordinator spot. But we'll see what he ends up doing.
What if they just hire Aaron Glenn? They just steal the fucking Lions coaching staff?
That would be hilarious. I think the Patriots, I don't know if it's the Pats or somebody, I think, is interviewing their defensive line coach for their DC spot this week too. So it might happen.
Oh, God.
the Lions might have to go externally to replace Aaron Glenn or Ben Johnson, depending on how all that goes. Speaking of coordinators, the Colts hired the recently fired Lou Anarumo as their new defensive coordinator. Why?
That's a choice.
Sure.
I mean, getting rid of Gus Bradley was the right decision. Replacing him with Lou Anarumo was not the right decision.
The DC of the worst defense in the league. Sure.
Yeah. Good luck with that one. The Jets interim coach Jeff Ulbrich is off to Atlanta. The Falcons have hired him to be their new defensive coordinator. I actually like this move a lot.
Was the Jets' defense even good down the stretch?
No, but like when Saleh was still there and he was on the defensive staff, they were one of the best units in the league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
they were a defensive team. It's just they jetsed.
He was out of his element as a head coach, but I think with him in a coordinator spot, that could work out well for them.
Yeah, some guys are just better.
And for the third different stint now in his career, Josh McDaniels is the Patriots offensive coordinator. Again.
Does Robert Kraft not know any other coaches?
Apparently not.
Like, I don't hate the move, but it's just funny that he's like, I'm going to fire my coach finally, and I'm going to hire a guy who's been in the building for 20 years. Oh, he didn't work out? Okay, I'm going to hire another guy I had in the building for like 10 years. Oh, and also got to bring back that other guy that I used to have here.
See, a lot of fans are torn because, like, there's the people that are like, oh, well, he's not under Belichick, so it's not going to work, and oh, he doesn't have Tom Brady, so it's not going to work. Like, he led Mac Jones to the playoffs as a rookie.
Yeah, Mac Jones made a Pro Bowl as a rookie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
some guys.
He made Matt Castle and Jacoby Brissett and Jimmy Garoppolo extremely rich.
Matt Castle won 11 fucking games. And obviously that 08 roster was stacked, and not all of that was Matt Castle, but the point remains, like, Josh McDaniels is still a very good coordinator, and I think with a young core of, Drake May and Ramondre Stevenson, if they can address the offensive line properly and get a couple new receivers in the building, I think it could work out well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's not a bad coordinator. Like, obviously, he was fucking terrible as a head coach. But some guys aren't good head coaches.
Yeah, it's a good thing they're not hiring him to be the head coach.
Exactly.
So it's fine. And then the Vikings signed Kevin O'Connell to a contract extension. I think his contract was going to expire after next season, so now they don't have to worry about that.
Makes sense.
That's a good move. Good move.
Yep.
Another playoff disappointment, but still a good coach. So
Yep.
I mean, he won 14 games at Sam Darnold, so can't be all that bad.
Right.
The Titans brought in Chiefs assistant GM Mike Borgonzi to be their next general manager. So he's gone from winning back-to-back Super Bowls to owning the number 1 pick in this year's draft. So we'll see what he can do to get them good again. And then Jack Del Rio, who was a head coach for the Jags and Raiders, has been hired by the Paris Musketeers of the European League of Football to be their new head coach.
I'm looking this up right now. Dude, I love when, like, Americans get hired to coach, like, foreign... Like, when Mike Keenan was a coach in the KHL. Like, that shit's always funny.
I always find it hilarious watching, like, a Japanese baseball game, and you just see some white guy step up to the plate.
Remember, I think it was during the pandemic, watching those KBO baseball games at 5 o'clock in the morning,
That
and
was
you'd see
awesome.
like a random journeyman MLB player, like, what the fuck are you doing here?
I remember watching Nick Kingham,
Jeff
Pirates
Francoeur. You're still playing.
Also, if Jack
Escaping out
Del
of ceiling
Rio
tiles.
is going to be coaching, he better be wearing a suit on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah.
That's real.
No, since he's coaching the Paris team, he should just be dressed as, like, a mime.
Oh my god. That would be fucking awesome.
He's just doing all the motion. He doesn't have a headset on. He has the
His quarterback's like, what the fuck's the play call? And he's like, I'm trapped in a box. Help.
Starts flailing
God.
his arms around and it just means an RPO.
Oh
Get
shit!
fucking set!
Oh.
Instead of the I formation, it's the baguette formation.
God damn it.
Instead of covers 2, it's like croissant 2.
Croissant.
Uh,
Unserious country. What's going on over there?
Hello, France. You're not
Yeah,
listening, but I'm waving.
Yeah, if this
Thank you for the help with the Revolutionary War. We might need you guys again.
if this doesn't go well for Jack Del Rio, he might be waving the white flag on his coaching career.
God damn it. Anyway.
And then a couple of other interviews happened this week. The Cowboys interviewed their OC Brian Schottenheimer for their vacant head coaching position. I mean, sure.
God damn it.
They also interviewed Seahawks assistant coach Leslie Frazier because he was such a good head coach with the Vikings.
I'm looking up his record right now.
It was
I
not
forgot.
good.
I thought you
Yeah.
were looking up bridges to jump off of.
That too.
They made the playoffs, I think, in 2012, but it
Hey,
was
they went
bad
10 and
besides
6
that.
once.
Yeah, and then they
Well-
they fell apart.
That was
Yeah.
the Christian Ponder era.
Oh, that is true.
Fucking oh my god. Christian Ponder, man. And they also interviewed Robert Saleh, which if they get him,
That's
much
a
better
good
than the other
get.
two.
That's
Yeah.
a good
Okay with
get.
that.
The Jags and Raiders
Can-
both interviewed Steve Spagnuolo, the DC of the Chiefs. This
Quick-
one is
Oh, wait,
really...
hang on.
What?
Okay, here's why the Cowboys... Actually, no, this might be why the Cowboys do hire Robert Saleh. Because you know how last week I was talking about how shiny Robert Saleh's head is?
Uh-huh.
oh
And you
my
know how
god.
the Cowboys have that problem with the sun
Yeah.
shining into their fucking... It's gonna fucking blind people, dude. It's gonna be like a mirror.
Bald! Bald! Bald!
They could just remake the fucking Dark Side of the Moon album cover with fucking Robert Saleh.
It's just Saleh's head. Oh, that might be the thumbnail. Okay. hang on.
Dark Side of Saleh. Oh my
Anyway.
god. And yeah,
As you're saying.
the Jags and Chiefs, the Jags and Raiders both interviewed Steve Spagnuolo, and this one fascinates me because he's clearly a very good defensive coordinator and is the mastermind behind 2 Super Bowl winning defenses now. Do not look up his head coaching record with the Rams, though.
Hire him, it would be really funny.
Like, on one hand, you're fucking over the Chiefs. On the other hand, you're probably setting your franchise back 5 years because he was a terrible head coach. But, you know what? That was also over a decade ago now, so, you know, maybe someone will decide to give him a second chance and see if it goes better this time.
It can't get any worse for either of those teams.
Yeah. And then the Saints interviewed both Mike McCarthy and Cliff Kingsbury. I don't think it would be a bad move for them to hire McCarthy. Now that the Bears are out on him, I don't think that would be bad.
Yeah.
He's gonna find a spot somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's also not Dennis Allen, so it's a net gain regardless.
Yeah.
And then 2 WTF for What the Football moments of the week. The first of which we forgot to mention during the first game, which was one of the Texans cornerbacks like shoving his special teams coordinator during the game.
Now, okay, I read about this, and it might have been a misunderstanding in that he didn't know that they didn't get the ball, and he was expecting them to be running towards him like, oh shit, hell yeah, you got the ball for us, and they weren't because they didn't get the ball.
Oh.
Yeah, I
So-
did hear that too. So
It could have been that, but who knows? That team also has weird vibes, so it wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me if it was just something weird.
Yeah. And then our other WTF moment of the week comes from last night's national championship game between Ohio State and Notre Dame, where with 10 minutes left of the game, Notre Dame was down by 16 points, so they needed a touchdown. They got stopped. They've got 4th and goal from like the 5-yard line, and they elected to go for a 27-yard field goal instead of trying to score a touchdown, and the kicker promptly doinked the field goal and he missed.
So like the fact that he missed is just like God himself being like, "Are you fucking kidding me with this shit?"
Pretty much,
Because
yeah.
I love that we have these coaches who get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars and they don't know how to fucking count. Because he's like, okay, so we're down 16, which means we need to score 2 touchdowns. So if we kick a field goal here, we still need to score 2 touchdowns.
I don't know.
Like,
And they still almost came back.
Yeah, the best part is like Ryan Day has been shit on by Ohio State for the last 6 years for never winning the big ones, and he just fucked around and won the Natty despite losing to Michigan. So
he
good
was
on
like,
him.
all right, bet. Watch this.
Good on him for that.
Yeah.
And shout out friend of the program Hoang for getting to watch his favorite team win the Natty. So
yeah.
That's pretty cool. And then on this day in football history, in 1979, the Steelers defeated the Cowboys in Super Bowl 13.
No!
And then
Still catching
also on this
strays.
day in 1992, the Steelers hired Bill Cowher to replace Chuck Noll.
I need
That
me
was
some
only
Cowher
one
power.
head coach ago.
Man, it's been more popes than Steelers head coaches. Think about that. There's been more men that walked on the moon than men that have coached Pittsburgh. What's going to happen What's going to happen next? A man returns to the moon, or the Steelers make a head coaching change?
Fuck, that is actually a really tough one.
Place your bets.
Because, there will have to be another Steelers head coach at some point. But,
Nope.
we're trying to get the fuck out of here, so...
Nope. The year is 2104. Mike Tomlin is a head in a jar on the sideline, still calling inside runs.
Robo Tomlin.
Still going 10-7 every year.
The standard is the standard forever. One must imagine Sisyphus on the Steelers.
And
God,
then
I wish I
lastly-
had the fucking Sisyphus meme song on my soundboard and I could just started playing as you were doing it.
It's going to be the new intro for all Steelers games for next season.
Fuck, I gotta do that for next season. Oh my god.
And then lastly, on this day in 1994, Robert Kraft officially purchased the Patriots away from James Orthwein. Do either of you know the in-depths of the story about how that all happened?
Vaguely? I haven't
A
heard
little
it in
bit.
a long time,
It is
though.
fascinating fucking shit. So the original owner of the Patriots ended up in a lot of fucking debt. Have you ever heard of the Jackson 5 victory tour from 1984 that completely failed and fell apart?
I don't know if I have heard that one.
He was the original Pats owner was one of the biggest investors in that tour. So he lost a shit ton of fucking money about that. And the Foxborough Stadium ended up going to bankruptcy court to be sold. So the team itself was sold to Victor Kayam. The stadium was sold to Robert Kraft in 1988. And so Victor Kayam in 1992 sold the team to that James Orthwein guy who wanted to move the team to St. Louis.
I do
But
remember that, yeah.
Robert Kraft would not let him out of the stadium lease to do it, and so he started a hostile takeover and bought the team from him.
Huh.
So the only reason why the Pats are even still in Mass is because Robert Kraft bought the stadium 5 years before he bought the team.
Reminds me of the story of how the Rams and Colts ownership just traded teams one time.
Oh,
The Ursays originally owned the Rams, and they were like, "Do you guys want to switch?" And they were like, "Okay."
It's like back in the 80s, the Edmonton Oilers and Toronto Maple Leafs were going to swap franchises.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
They were just
too,
going to do a 1-for-1 swap.
Yeah. Yeah, I love reading about the list of failed moves that were supposed to happen. The San Francisco Giants were almost moved to Toronto and Tampa Bay.
Kraft
have you
almost
guys ever
moved the Pats to Hartford at night before
Have you guys
Gillette
ever
got
seen
built.
Have you guys ever seen the Tampa Bay Giants jerseys that got made?
I have.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
fucked.
So fucking cursed.
Shout out to
God.
the Saskatoon Blues.
Yeah, Saskatoon.
I think there was another team that was almost went to St. Louis too that didn't in the NFL, but I can't remember.
Well, I know there was
Or no, the
Before
Rams
the-
went because the Patriots didn't.
Yeah, before the Rams went there, that was when the NFL was exploring like a bunch of different franchises. And the one, I think the like 4 or 5 that didn't get picked, you had the Baltimore Bombers, you had the, I think, St. Louis Stallions, I think is what they were called.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that was
the-
going to be the name that the Pats were going to have when they
Yeah.
moved too.
And then there was the Memphis Hound Dogs, and there was one other one, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah.
Imagine if the CFL and the NFL had just merged in the 90s.
Tell me Sacramento finally would have had a fucking NFL team.
We could have had,
Argon-
like, instead of Chiefs bullshit, we could have had Argonauts bullshit every year.
That's bullshit.
Oh,
Argonauts
my God.
bullshit continues until morale improves.
Oh my god. What months does the CFL season take place?
I think they play part of the season over the summer.
Let's see. When does I was gonna say, what if we just became a CFL fucking podcast during
the
during
most
the
recent-
NFL off season?
The most recent season kicked off on June 6th, and the Grey Cup was on November 17th.
Oh,
The
okay, so
Argos
there's some
won.
overlap.
See? What did I tell you?
I did watch that game. Oh god, yeah, that was like because I know the Blue Bombers had like ended their long drought a few years ago, and then I looked up their record for last year. They've lost like 3, I think, Grey Cups in a row now. It's fucking nuts.
They're doing the Bills thing.
Yeah, they like got their one in, and they're like, all right, now it's time to lose constantly. Oh, son of a fucking bitch. Okay, I'm on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers Wikipedia page, and I was just scrolling down real quick, and players of note, there's one name that's purple. Do you guys want to guess what it is?
Poop Johnson.
It's fucking Dieter Brock.
No.
Fuck yeah.
There's no. Oh,
I'm so mad.
God bless Dieter Brock.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
I think.
Pretty sure he got a DUI a few years ago, but outside of that, he's doing all right.
God's drinkiest driver.
Anyway, I guess we should probably move on to pick they thems because we've been waffling for like 10 minutes now.
The
Yeah.
good thing there's only 2 games to pick.
Yeah. And what a 2 games they are, as I've also accidentally closed the tab with the pick'ems sheet in it.
Good job.
Anyway, it's gonna start with the
Before we
AFC.
start, I went 5-0 last week.
I'm so
Who
mad.
cares?
I need to
I'm
flex on that.
So mad. I went 1-4.
Good.
Also, the graph on StatHub's just completely broken. I gotta fix it. It says Dewey's on there twice, and it says I have a 917 pick percentage now, which is just not right. So I'm gonna have to fix that later.
Look at that. I'm so good. I'm picking good twice. I'm
I went-
really.
I went 1-4 and 3-4, and my fucking percentage spiked up like exponentially. So
I like how Steven on the line graph is just a single dot at conference finals and doesn't show up anywhere else.
yeah, and he's apparently 500. So
The standard is the standard.
You,
also
Dread it.
Dewey's
run from it.
Dewey's
I don't
graph
need Steelers.
changed to yellow for some reason. So I don't know what's going on here.
There's 2 of them.
it's all kinds of fucking broken. So anyway, yeah, conference
for a
title
serious
games.
podcast.
The conference championship, AFC rematch time. Bills at Chiefs. Chiefs can get to their 3rd consecutive Super Bowl, their 5th in 7 years, I believe, if I'm not miscounting. Or no, 5th and 6 years. For the Bills, it'd be a slaying of the dragon. It'd be returning to the Super Bowl for the first time since 1993. Who do you got?
I am manifesting what I want to happen. Give me the Bills.
I think this Bills team feels different. I really do. They beat the Chiefs earlier this year. It wasn't just slipping by. It was commanding. I thought the Chiefs didn't look very good this week. I thought the Bills looked very good this week. I think they have momentum, and I think they're going to get it done.
It's tough because when they won earlier in the year, that game was in Buffalo, and they're going to Arrowhead again this time.
Yeah, that is true.
But I still think they're good enough to do it.
Steven?
Nothing ever happens. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, see, we have the chance for a fun, exciting Super Bowl between the Commies and Bills, which means it's going to be Chiefs-Eagles, and it's going to be 12-10. Like, that's what's going to happen.
Yep. Either I'm right or I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
If the Super Bowl ends up being Eagles-Chiefs, there's a decent chance I just might not watch it, honestly.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Like, when it happened, what, 3 years ago?
That was a fantastic game.
It was a great game, but going into
good,
it, I was
yeah.
just like, ugh. So.
It's like, which
and
leg
then-
do you want to be shot in?
So last year when
That
I
was
watched
like the
Super
Panthers Golden Knights Stanley Cup.
Yeah. God.
So last year when I watched the Super Bowl, I watched it at my friend's house, who's a Raiders fan, and it was Chiefs, the Raiders' biggest rival, and the 49ers, their like cross bay rival, playing for the Super Bowl in their stadium. And when I asked him who he was rooting for, he said a plane crash. So, and then the NFC title game, the upstart Commanders visit the Eagles for round 3. They've split the season between the two of them. Commies beat the Eagles on basically a walk-off touchdown about a month and a half ago. Who you guys got? All right.
Oh boy.
You know what? I'm gonna start it out. I'm manifesting. Go Commies. I'm picking the Comrades.
I want to so badly, but I'm not sure because I think playoff experience is going to matter a little bit in this game. Obviously, the Commanders are 2-0 in the Jaden Daniels era in the playoffs, but the lights are just going to keep getting brighter week after week. And I think the Eagles, having been there before and getting to the Super Bowl with this core once already, and I think the home field will also make a difference in this game with how rowdy the fans can get. I want the Commies to win so bad, but I think I'm going to go with the Eagles for round 3.
Boo.
Thank you for picking the Eagles so I don't have to. Give me our team.
I was gonna say
want to, man, I really do, but like
I was gonna say we could all lock the Commies in unison again. Just one last time.
that. I like that. We have to believe.
Come on, dude.
honestly though,
They did win when we did that, right?
Yeah, they did.
I'll be honest though, a Bills-Eagles Super Bowl would be kind of fascinating.
Oh, you know what? I just realized. So the Bills have been to the Super Bowl. They've played the other 3 NFC East teams in the Super Bowl, but not the Eagles.
Okay, so what you're telling me then is it's going to be Bills-Eagles, and Tyler Bass, channeling his inner Scott Norwood, will miss a game-tying field goal to steal it for the Eagles.
Boo. Well,
Just took a look at the Super Bowl sheet, and it doesn't matter who I picked because I already put the Steelers in to win it. So
well, that was like week 18. You picked the Chiefs like 4 weeks ahead of time, and then you weren't here for that episode. But then you picked the other team over them, or you picked the Broncos over them at like the week of. And so I was like, I don't know which one to go with.
couple plane crashes, and the Steelers are right back in it.
Well, I'm gonna lock the Commies. Steven, you're welcome to join me in it. So.
I will join you with locking our team.
Greetings, comrade.
I'm gonna lock the Eagles and get myself sent to the gulag.
Son of a bitch. I'm gonna take down this motherfucker.
I will say up front, I hope I'm wrong.
I do like though.
I hope I'm wrong.
We've all picked different combos of teams, so that's pretty cool.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, genuinely, I hope Matt's picks win out. That's the best outcome right there.
I want fun. Give me fun, please.
I am
No.
gonna lock the fans.
And on that note, this has been Oofsides. And we've got, what, 2 shows left? Unless we want to do something in the off week between
Yeah,
the Super Bowl.
We should do a recap one for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we could do, like, talk about some of the teams that didn't make the playoffs or something. We'll figure something out. So
Yeah.
3 episodes left. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
It's a shame that we can't pick for the Pro Bowl because it's just the games now.
oh, true.
But I think picking between the 2 conferences would be kind of fun.
I mean, we
they
can
don't
pick
do
the
that.
flag football game.
Oh, that's right. They are doing the flag football game.
Yeah,
But it's flag
sure-
football.
I'm
It
sure
needs to
some
be like
Steelers
the
are doing
actual football, so you can see like Sean Taylor laying out the punter in the Pro Bowl again.
I want to see some motherfuckers die.
Yes, there are penalties in the Pro Bowl.
Quick shout out to Brendan Schooler for being the only Patriot to make the Pro Bowl and succeeding Matt Slater as the designated Patriot special team representative. My dude.
Yeah, man, that's a third of the game.
Yeah, it's an important part.
Well, on that note, this has been another episode of Oofsides. You can follow shit wherever down below. I don't know. I'm basically not on social media at this point, so follow at your own risk. Any closing thoughts, you guys?
Today, January 21st, I would like to wish a happy birthday to Peyton Hillis, Madden 12 color athlete.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns legend.
Hell yeah.
Are the
Yeah, we'll
worst
see.
instance of the Madden curse.
Antonio Brown might have a word with you about that.
Oh, happy birthday, Jake Elliott, too.
Oh,
Man,
Yeah. And, yeah. Let's see, who else is... Who else we wish a happy birthday to today?
intro music's been going for like 3 minutes at this point.
Good. Oh, Haloti Nada. His birthday is today.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we'll see you next time.
I lost the game.
Goodbye.
Wait, no, you lost the game.